Everybody has a why. Everybody has a reason why they want to start a business. But whatever your reason for starting a business is, it could be that you saw a problem or a need and you wanted to solve it. Or there's something you know so well, a skill that you have developed and you want to work with it. Or even money. Whatever your reason might be, at the end of the day, it should be able to solve a problem. And that will be the basis of our discussion today. Welcome to another session of the Executive Breakfast Meeting. This is a man who has built a business from zero, virtually from nothing. And as we speak and at the time of this recording, his business has 500,000 clients and has 7 offices in 4 regions of Ghana. This is a story everyone must hear. So the man behind QP Tracking Systems is here with us today, and his name is Prince Eric Baidoo. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you,
How's
sir.
the feeling?
It's great to meet such a great man like you.
Well, to QP Tracking System, how has the story been? How did you get into this?
Interesting. All right. Thank you, and thank you to our viewers and all our followers on YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
QP actually came out from the name QP came from when I was selling bags. Years ago, I was selling ladies' bags.
okay.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I didn't know that one.
Can you imagine? I was selling ladies' bags, yeah. And we needed a catchy phrase, so we used Quality Plus. Quality Plus.
Right.
So it was going well with the ladies. And we had to switch to this technology system. So we just used the name QP because the Quality Plus was already out there. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. So QP Tracking Systems, as the name suggests, like tracking itself. It's a GPS tracking system, GPS tracking company that we deal in fleet management system, device tracking, car tracking, even human tracking. Apart from the tracking aspect, we do home security.
Okay.
We do home CCTV, intruder alert system, home automation system. We also do cyber security. And in fact, everything IT we are into it.
Right.
But we still use the name QP Tracking because that's our flagship product.
That's right.
And that's took us out there.
That's
We are
right.
sticking to that name.
Well, I'm sure maybe at some point when you diversify into other things, maybe the name will change. Who knows? I mean, names and brands evolve all the time.
Exactly.
So now let's get into the story of how QP started.
Okay, so QP started. That is 2017. I had by then been working with a corporate body,
Okay.
which I've served by then for 10 years. So they had to close the business, and we had to go. That was July. So we took our last salary in July.
July 2017.
Yeah.
Wow.
So August 1st, I was unemployed. So I was just home, and I was just thinking of what to do. I had by then bought a vehicle. Through some ways and means, I got myself a very beautiful vehicle, and I got to know at that point that's the only thing I had.
Right.
The only thing I could post off. So I decided to protect it. So I went online. I went asking friends how to protect this vehicle. Then I chanced on this tracking device. Then I purchased one. So when it came, it wasn't that good. It was just these cheap online products. Then I just said to myself, I can do it better. I can just do it way better because I'm an IT guy. That's my background. So I started writing codes, writing softwares and the rest. So the software bit was done, still in 2017.
Okay.
Now left with the hardware. The hardware comes with money. For the codes, it was with me, so I did it for free. So we needed money to purchase our devices. So we went searching. We spoke to a couple of companies out there, Germany, China, and so many places. And their minimum requirement was 1,000 pieces.
That's
1,000
a lot.
pieces. And even if one is costing you around 600 cents.
Right.
Yeah. As you can imagine. So
for someone who just lost a job,
exactly.
trying to protect, what stands out for me right now is how you saw the need for you to protect your vehicle. And that moved you into finding a need that others might have.
And the background of all these needs were because I was hungry. Yes, because we all go out, we all buy things,
yes.
but we don't see us venturing into that business.
All right.
But because I was hungry and I had nothing doing, I said, okay, fine, I can do it better.
That's right.
And the background was because I knew I could do it better. Not just do it because others are doing it.
Exactly. And not just because you were hungry. Because after you saw it, you realized that, oh, this one I can just get into it.
Exactly. So we spoke with so many companies. So I went back to one of the companies I spoke with and said, you know what, for 1,000 I can pay, but I don't know your products. I've never even seen one.
No, hold on. So, how many companies did you speak with? If you can remember, a rough figure.
7 or 8, up to 10.
About 7 or 8, up to 10 companies. And then none of them was willing.
The minimum was 1,000 for one of them. Others were higher.
Wow. So even the lowest order you could have ordered from any company was 1,000 pieces. And then you said you did something. What did you do?
I went back and I told one person, you know what, one company, like, you know what, I can purchase 1,000. It's no money. I was just bluffing.
Okay.
But I need to test your products. I don't even know how it looks like. I don't know how durable it is. So I need to get some samples. So they went back and forth. There was emails here and there. And eventually they said they would just give me 20. And with the 20, I'm not going to get it at the base price. It's going to be extremely expensive. But I could handle that.
Okay.
That was within my means. So not actually within my means. In fact, it was
a stretch.
It wasn't easy even to get money for that 20. Chairman,
I can imagine.
It was interesting. So it was so sad how I managed to get one or two things together. I pushed it to them. They sent it through DHL and the one thing that I always remember and I was so sad was the courier company that brought the devices brought it to my church because they called me and I thought I was at a church that evening, and they brought the whole device to church. When the courier delivery guy got there, I had no money to be paying.
Wow. How did you manage?
I had no money to pay. It was nothing. It was some few cities. So wow. I was sitting in front of the church, and I was just wondering. So I just told one of my guys that, and where I'm sitting, I can't go out. There's somebody out there waiting for me. Go pick a package and give me money. When I come out, I'll sort you out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, there's something I'm getting in all of what you are saying. At every given point in time, when you have an issue or a challenge, and this is to any business owner, to anybody who is trying to start something, who is trying to get into something, and because that's the reason of these sessions. At any given point in time, when you have an issue, you face a challenge or a hurdle that you need to cross, you are able to work around it to find a solution to it. Even though they were not the lasting solutions to it, but you were able to work around it. So you pick the product, but you told somebody to pick it on your behalf, pay the person. Wow. Wow. Yes, so
the first 20 came. And when he told me he had received the package, my pastor was just smoking Bible. And I bless you, sir, Pastor Tony. You've been so good to keep tracking systems.
Awesome.
Now you've left PIWC Swami. No, you are now at Atomic. You're doing so well, and I'm proud of you, Daddy.
Awesome.
So I followed him out and I said, Daddy, I have this product. I want to give you one so that you try on the vehicle. And he said, we have 2 vehicles. My personal one and the church's vehicle. So which one are you trying on? I said, I'll give you 2.
No, wait. Let's get something right. So you saw the product, you spoke to the people, eventually it came down to 20. When the product came, the day it was delivered, you didn't test it. You didn't take it home, you didn't try to.
I've not even seen it yet.
But you saw an opportunity to find your first customer.
Sure.
But this time you didn't sell to the person. What you decided to do was for him to test or for the church to test. For you to get a feedback. Let's get into that. Because sometimes I think that when we are starting, most of the time, especially when money is the motivation, most of the time we are looking for the first customer because we want to make money quickly and all of that. So let's get into that.
Okay, so into that, I gave the 2 out for free. And I had by then spoken with 2 people, just 2 people. And I've used my own, the one in my car, to demonstrate to them. And I promised them something better is coming. So quickly, the next morning, I got these 2 people. One even didn't pay us. It was just funny. And
some of the business things
exactly. And
okay.
I had friends who were using cars by then. I think 4 very good friends of mine, very, very good friends of mine. And I gave them 4, not for money. You see, this is how the system works. You would love it because they're a good product. So even if you're not going to buy, if I give you 1, you will bring someone who's going to buy.
Definitely.
And it was a new product. I've never even seen it before. So I needed people to give me feedback. So I gave 4 to my friends. Go use it. Bring your cars. Let me install it to them. Use it for me. 1 took it from me. Went to sell it. That is it. 3 never even used it.
No, wait. So the new products that you didn't have money to purchase
Exactly.
thousands,
Exactly.
got an idea to get 20
Sure.
so that you can use it to test the market.
Mhm.
The first, if I'm counting, the first 5 people or 6 people that you gave it to, your pastor's own were 2.
Sure.
The 4 other people that you gave it to, one of them took it, went to sell it.
Sure.
The other 3 did not even use it.
No.
How then would you get the feedback?
That is the story. That's what makes it sad.
Wow.
That is what makes it sad. And it was just me and no one else.
I get it.
It was just me, and I felt like I needed people to try it because fine, it's working good in my car, it's working good in my neighborhood. Somebody says somewhere else. I want to see the GPS trend from that area.
Okay.
I want to see how the system works. I mean, one friend of mine his father had some feet that were going to Burkina and outside the country. I just wanted to test and see how does that work outside Ghana. I tried every means, it was not working. So it was just me, and it was extremely stressful. So through 1 or 2 ways, we managed to sell it. We sold it, and I had by then gotten the confidence that even the 20 game was not good enough.
Okay.
They were okay, they were brilliant, but I still wanted something more.
You still felt you could improve on it, so get something better than this one.
Because I went to places and people were saying like, can you do this? Can you do that? I was like, really? Can I try to do that? Then I realized what I was having was not up there. So those I bought 20 from came back to me and said, what are you ordering for more? I said, no, it's not going to help.
Yes.
So give me some time. So I had by then gotten the confidence that this thing is going to work. So I had to liquidate some assets here and there. Because now I know I have a good foot in the business.
Right.
So I just liquidated some few things here and there, but small capital. Small. Then I went to a bigger company and their minimum quantity was even outrageous. And I told them, I've not seen your products. The same story.
Okay.
Can I get 100?
No, you've tested the story before. I mean, you've tested the plan, the idea before.
Exactly.
So definitely you can always use it.
Sure.
Okay.
So with them, we bargain and go to 100. I was like, fine, I'll take the 100. I had money back then, small money. When I paid for the 100, it wasn't so much of a struggle. And that was it.
Wow. So here's the story. Okay. You started hungry. You saw a need. You saw an opportunity. The only thing you had at the time you lost your job was the car. You thought of protecting the car. And at the end of the day, while you thought about it, an idea came up. You started a business. But here's the progression. You started with 1, the one you bought for your car. You moved to 20. The next time you were ordering, you moved to 100. And that is what I think that everybody should know. It doesn't matter how you start. It doesn't matter where you start from. So you progressed from 1 to 20 to 100. Yes.
And when I got the 100, it was like, wow, fine. I don't know how I got it. It was so awesome. And people always say that I had something called a personality impact. I just meet somebody for the first time and I'm able to convince the person. So the 100 went so well that I was overwhelmed. And people had to make deposits for the next batch.
Because of the feedback.
Exactly.
I remember you said from the beginning that you will definitely love it once, and you had the confidence in it that once you use it, even if you will not buy it yourself, you'll definitely recommend to someone. And that reminds me of my story of how I met you. So we are recording at the Kent's Cap at the Kumasi City Mall. And strangely enough, I met you at the Shell filling station, Washing Bay. I was like, behind KFC. That's like 5 years ago.
2018.
2018. So a year after you started.
I think so. I think it was early 2018.
Early 2018.
Yeah,
and you see, at the Washing Bay, my car was just parked next to yours. They were cleaning it. They had washed it. They were cleaning it. And you were explaining to somebody what the system is.
Sure.
So that was the first time. Yeah. And it's true. I mean, you definitely loved it. So there were people, after the 100, there were people who even made deposits because they are seeing how it works. They loved it. And so from 100 and now we are at 500,000. How did you get here?
It's about just having your roadmap. And in all my business, there are so many things I'm looking out for, but the 3 important things are one, the product itself. The product. So if you notice, the first one I bought for my personal car, I could just do better. I went for 20. It was not good enough. went to 100. And the company that I started with the 100 with, I've changed about 2 or 3 companies. I'm still working with them. They have their good products to a certain extent.
Okay.
So I still take their products. But there are people who are really in for what they want.
Right.
So I start to customize 1 or 2 devices for them. So as a speaker, I work with about 4 suppliers.
Depending on the need, right?
Exactly. So my product is very important to me. I don't buy inferior products. I don't compromise on the product because that is going to sell me. Most importantly, after the product is my clients. And all these clients I have, they call me and I relate to them as if I only have one client. Someone will just call, will not even introduce me to herself. I would have to quickly check my laptop, get his details, address him adequately, and speak to you as if, oh, you are my only client. You are the only person I'm working with.
Sometimes I want to get into this conversation, especially for those of us who start small businesses and how we respond to customer complaints and customer issues. And you spoke about your product, and I think that quality is something that if we are advising anybody or talking to anybody about this, quality is something you cannot compromise on. When you do it right, when you get it right, when you get the quality right, you will always have people coming back or other customers referring other customers to you. But let's get into how you handle customer complaints and all of that. Because as you said right now, a person just picks up the phone. Yes, a customer calls you, doesn't introduce himself or herself, and start complaining about the product. How you handle this?
So I love my clients, and I thank God I have all of them, and I want to get more of you because I love you so much. In fact, when I started, it was all me. All the weight was on me. 24/7 receiving calls here and there. But as the time progresses, I segmented them. Okay. So I said, okay, fine, 10,000 clients to 1 account manager. That's a now, and it's okay because they don't call at a goal. We don't have. I think once we had a crisis with our service provider, and almost everybody was calling. That was 2019 around. But we don't have such issues, so we give you about 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 1 person handle them. Right. And anytime there is an SMS and there's a broadcast, there's anything, your number goes with that. So they know you as their account manager. Exactly. And with my account managers and managers all around, they're doing a good job. My technical teams are also top-notch people because that is my third strength. Okay. The products, the clients, and your team, my working staff. Yes. You see, you are going to work on somebody's multi-million vehicle. You can't just go mess around. And if you go mess in somebody's car, you have to buy the car. That's right. So, for instance, there are companies out there, they do installation and the car gets on fire. So what are you going to do? Yeah. We don't want to get to that situation. Exactly. So we train people to go do the right thing. We also train people to welcome clients and handle them. So it's not only me now. Fortunately, the load is getting lighter now because I've segmented and delegated so many things. Okay, so before you even get into that, you started as one person. How many members do you have on your team now? Officially or directly, we have about 24. 24 people. Direct. 5 years down the line, you have 24 people directly. And indirectly, you have a lot. For instance, we have call-in technicians. There are some big men out there. They are very good technicians. And when we get tougher clients, that's right, tougher cars to work on, we invite them on board. We also have standby technicians. They are all doing their various jobs. But when we get a lot of loads, so many demands here and then, we call them on board. And for them, if you have to count them, we're looking at about 50 people. And they are still on payroll. Wow. Sure. That's quite interesting. So let's get into how you handle. So you picked people to handle the clients. So one account manager manages about 10,000 customers. And so when customers call like that, they're able to handle it. That pressure is off you a little bit. Where are we today? So 5 years now, okay, or you wanted to say something funny. Yes. Those I started with, people like my boss, like you and other people, they will still call me. So the pressure is not off me. Yes. Then I feel it's not completely because I think last week I even called you. It's awesome. And that was just by the way. So 5 years. You asked the question, 5 years. Yes. Where are we today? So it's been 5 years. Mm-hmm. You started alone. You started with 1. You moved to 20. You moved to 100. At the time you moved to 100, there were people who were willing to pay money
and wait for the next order.
Exactly.
The story has been progressive.
Sure.
And it's all because you started. It's all because you saw the need. It's all because you saw a challenge and you decided to solve it. 5 years down the line, you started one, you built on, you got account managers, you have engineers and all of that. And today you have direct staff of 24 and you have about calling engineers, about 50 of them who are on standby anytime you need them. That is where we are now. Now let's talk specifics. I mentioned at the intro that you have about 500,000 clients. How did you get to 500,000? Where are we today and where are we going?
Okay, so where are we today? And when we talk about 500,000 clients, you see, a client can own about 5 vehicles. One client.
Okay.
5 vehicles. And we have some corporate bodies like, this is a security device. I'm very careful with those I mention their names. But when it goes to the people like the VIP buses and those fleets, Toom Express, and
Right.
big people, they have about 150 cars. So though they have 500,000 clients, some of them are not just one.
Yeah, exactly.
Some have multiple. And can you imagine?
No, wait. So 500,000 clients.
Exactly.
But one client can own about 50, 60, 100 vehicles.
Exactly.
So the 500,000 we are counting is not even the tracking
device.
system.
No.
It's not the device. It's the people.
Individual account holders.
How did you get here?
How did I get there? It's just about dedication and
Right.
focus. And I had to build to the extent that when somebody mentions QP, when somebody mentions Prince or Baidoo, he knows what he's going for.
Right.
A lot of generation, a lot of people I've met through this journey, they are not specific.
Okay.
So, for instance, I mentioned Emmanuel. One Emmanuel could be a carpenter. One Emmanuel could be a car driver. One Emmanuel could be that, and it makes people difficult to trust you.
That's right.
Yes, you can get there when you are diversifying, doing so many things, and that is fine. But when you are trying to win people's trust and you are not focused, you are not tagged with one good thing, it makes it very hard for you to be trusted. And one thing that helped me most was I was not entertaining financial pressure.
Right.
At a point, I was not doing certain things. For instance, I just want to bring something up. Maybe, for instance, lighting. I was doing lighting. But we come to your house, I come from the truck, and we do maybe CCTV. Then you tell me, do my lighting for me. I wouldn't even recommend. Because if I recommend somebody to you and the person does not, it affects my brand.
Exactly.
And the calls start coming on me. And I'm one person, I don't want to miss a call.
That's right.
So I don't want the situation whereby because you're calling, I'm hiding and I'm running. No, I don't do that. So we've been so focused on one thing. And when you mentioned my name,
Yes.
I like people to even call me Tracker Man.
If you're having a lot of value from this particular session, I want you to smash the like button. And if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and share this particular link to other people so that they can benefit from this story. And when you subscribe, just ring the notification bell so that anytime we post a new content, you will be notified that we have posted a new content.
So just save my number, Tracker Man. Save my number, Prince Tracker, Prince QP.
Yes.
So that you know that.
Oh yeah, that's how I've saved your number. Prince QP.
It's
There
fine.
are two numbers. So one is Prince Tracker. One is Prince QP.
I love that. I love
Yes.
that. So the point still remains: stay focused on one thing. Stay focused on one thing. You can build a brand, okay? Home designers.
That's right.
So and the home designing, we know Prince is under home designing. You can
Right.
do decoration, you can do painting, you can do those things. It's
That's
still under
right.
that one
Home design.
umbrella.
Exactly.
So if you try to do so many things, and jack of all trades can be a master of none.
Yes.
So we need to really have a game plan. We need to be very, very firm.
That's
We need
right.
to, and that's one funny thing about Ghanaians. Sometimes when you're too friendly, they don't take you serious. And
Yeah, that's true.
one example I usually make to people is that you meet a woman by the roadside selling banana. You come back in onto supermarket. When we walk to the malls, we walk to the shopping
And the
malls.
prices are on it and you don't bargain.
Again. Then I realized that we are not so much about we can afford. For instance, by tracking devices, you've been able to purchase a car worth about minimum 100,000, like 10,000, 100 million.
100 million.
In front of the car, 100
Yeah.
million. The car is as cheap as 100 million. So can't you buy a device worth 1,000 cedis?
Yeah.
But they will come in and will try to
Because when you lose the car, you lose
more than that.
10,000
And that is
cities.
one of my talking points, which I get there too. So
Right.
I know you can afford. And I don't want you to come and stress us so much. So we are very fair. After we've known you as our client, then we open all our doors to you. But when you're coming in, we give you the brand. We give
That's
you that
right.
same approach that we are not here to play. We are not here to, as it were, solicit for clients here and there. But when you come in, you love our
That's right.
reception.
No, I think your customer service and your customer retention is working. It's really working because to grow to 500,000 clients, it's working. And I'm sure. So, how do you get your customers since you started? How has the progression been?
The backbone of this business, the strength of this business, everything about this business is our clients.
Okay.
Everything. And God being so good, all our clients we've had, one way or the other, recommended somebody.
Definitely.
So I get one client today. So let's say the 100 devices, let's say I get even 100 clients.
Yes.
They are all going to multiply based on the product that you're having, based on the service I'm rendering to you personally.
Okay.
Because it's like you bought me.
Yes.
You're paying how much? Not too much, but you've bought me
That's
virtually
right.
because you call me day and night, I'm there for you. Some people do call you at dawn. And when you call me at dawn, I get scared because the first question I ask is your car stolen?
Yes. Yes.
And some people will just say, oh no, I just want to ask you something. I was like, so can't just wait, but I can't just tell you that. I can't just tell you, I can't just wait, but I still have to get up,
yeah.
take the laptop,
Yeah.
listen to you.
Yeah.
So my clients are the backbone of this business, and I'm so grateful for having them and all their recommendations, referrals, and other things. Even yourself,
Yes.
you do recommend a lot.
Yes.
It's more than enough.
Yes.
So that is how the system works.
Okay.
Now we are there.
Yeah.
This year, our target this year is to multiply.
That's right.
So what we have, what times
That's
that.
right. So 7 branches, 7 offices in 4 regions. By the end of this year, how many offices do you hope to open?
Okay, so we definitely want to build or grow with the business. We're not so much into setups because we can't manage them as of now.
Yes.
So, for instance, our new baby, which is the Takrady branch,
That's right.
there were people coming all the way from Elibu, all the way from Takrady and those areas, coming to Kipu's branch to do their installations.
Right.
And I realized, no, then let me get closer to them.
That's right.
And going closer to them, in fact, I don't know Jack about Takrady. I don't know Jack about Takrady.
Oh, I can show you Takrady. I went to school in Takrady.
Anyway, I was born there,
Okay.
but I left there at the age of 5 years.
Oh, that's
I
a
don't know
long time ago.
exactly.
Yes.
I don't know anything about Takrady.
Yes.
But I can assure you that as we speak today, I have about 50 clients or maybe 100 of them waiting for us for there. Sometimes I'm tempted to spend money on advertisements, billboards, radio adverts, TV adverts, but I sometimes stop and I use that money for my clients.
Right.
Can you imagine how I do that?
Right.
So anytime I get a referral, in a very nice way, some people are beyond cash. I buy them a gift. Also,
Great.
this for you for referring this client.
Oh, I've got some before. I mean, yeah.
So anytime I get a referral, I need
Exactly.
to go back to the referrer and appreciate the person. And it's amazing how they keep doing it.
Yeah.
They just keep doing it.
What has been your best year since you started? 5 years down the line. I mean, you started in 2017.
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, we are in 2023. What has been your best year?
Best year should be the COVID era.
2020.
COVID was good. Not the COVID disease, but the
Yes.
COVID period was good.
The period. What do you think contributed to that?
People were home, people were listening, people had time to listen to you. And one thing that we've been doing since we started was home service. So we don't need to come to our office. You just call us, we just drive our cars over there and do it for you. So people were just so relaxed at home here. When you talk to them, it's not a busy schedule, busy work time. They were listening. And if you notice, there's business came up a little bit. Delivery businesses.
Yes.
These dispatch
People were
riders.
home, so they call in
Yes.
and then they get their products delivered.
People had a lot of money on them. They were home. They wanted places to invest their monies. So they were buying motorbikes, doing these delivery businesses. And at the time, people were registering business here and there.
QP tracking is there.
Exactly. So if you buy a bike to do delivery, you
That's
need a
right.
tracking device on that.
That's right.
And in a day, we're doing like so many devices. I'm like, what are they doing at home?
Right.
People have money like that. And the economy that time too was very good.
Yes.
The dollar was stable. You could just make any purchase that you wanted, and it wasn't bad.
Okay.
The covered error was good.
So 2020 was your best year.
Yeah, so far.
What was your worst year
When I started.
when you started?
When I started.
So after you started, you've not really experienced any downside. So after 2020, did you experience any downside? I mean, for instance, down moments in terms of sales or coming in of clients?
For sales and clients, no, they keep growing. But for instance, latter part of last year, when the dollar was misbehaving,
Yes.
I was really run at a loss.
Yeah, of course. You import your devices.
Because dollar had then doubled,
Yes, exactly.
and I was still importing, and I was still trying to maintain my price. So at a point we were running at a loss, but I said, you know what, we've had our good days. Let's endure.
And that's one thing I think a lot of businesses should consider. It's not always about the profit. Sometimes you can just maintain your price for a while.
Sure.
And I think that's good. Was there ever a time you wanted to stop doing business? I mean, from experiences, from how challenging it was, from how tough it was, from the sleepless nights and all of that. Was there ever a time you felt like, let me consider something else?
There's always that feeling, but there's always something greater you think
Okay.
about. So, let's come in the 2017.
Exactly.
I was broke and hungry.
Yes.
We are doing okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to quit, that means you still want to go broke and hungry.
Exactly.
So we look at most importantly people we've employed.
Right.
So if I'm to fold up right now, what happens to them?
Yes.
And I don't think tracking company is a business you can never stop. Because when I was starting, I gave myself a time frame.
Okay.
And I've even exceeded that limit. I said, okay, I'm doing for this period. I will get enough money and start what I really want to do.
What do you really want to do? What did you really want to do? People are benefiting from QP, and what you really want. What did you really want to do?
Myself, I love to build.
Okay.
I love building.
Okay.
I love to see houses. I love investing in houses.
Okay.
I love real estate.
Okay.
So from childhood, I just said, okay, when I get enough money, one, I will demolish this house my father built. I'll demolish that house and do something different.
That's
I'll
right.
do that. I love building. I love doing so many things. But as I said, you've sold a device to a client. After 5 years, he's still calling you.
You cannot stop this.
You can't tell them I've stopped. So what happens to the device they bought from
you cannot stop this. Another thing too is that other people are yet to even benefit from the device.
Exactly.
You cannot stop it. So
Exactly.
maybe you can diversify.
Oh yes, I'm doing it.
So let's talk about that.
I'm doing it now.
Where are we going from here?
So now the name is out there. Now we don't struggle so much with the niche.
Yes.
So when you mention my name, it's associated with tracking devices. So now we being out there, we can start something else. And that is to my passion, building.
Yes.
And God being so good, we've started something.
So we are getting into building. So QP is getting into building. And I like that part.
Yeah.
So let's get into an uncomfortable,
Sure.
part of the conversation. Money-wise, revenue-wise, with 500,000 clients as we speak,
Sure.
and building and growing, revenue-wise.
It's been good, but it comes with a lot of headache.
Okay.
The money has been good, but if you don't take care, you might throw in the towel.
Right. How?
Because it's so stressful managing people. It's so stressful always having to be on the move.
Right.
See, hardly can I stay at one place for a week. Hardly. I will be in Takrade and a company will call me in Kumasi. And one of my problems is that a couple of times I've sent a rep to a meeting or to represent me somewhere and they go messing things up a little bit. So usually I love to do Zoom meetings, I love to do so many things. So if it doesn't work, I need to fly in myself and do it.
Right.
So yes, the revenue is coming through. Yes, it's been good. People are benefiting from QP and I love it so much, but it comes with a lot of headache.
Let's talk a little bit about hiring and firing of your team. Because as you were talking, I just got that. Let's get a little bit.
Okay,
into that.
so God being so good, we've not actually fired.
Okay.
People, I think, when I started, I was working with some nurses that were waiting for their postings. So I realized, okay, you people are home doing nothing. You are beautiful as well. You can handle clients. So I brought a lot of nurses on board. That's what people I started with. The
Okay.
marketers were all nurses. So when their time of posting came,
They had to move.
but by then I had gotten good replacements. So firing, and I don't really fall out with people.
Right.
Even if you mess around, I will replace you and still keep you on standby. That anytime I need you, I'll bring you on.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Oh, that's been good then.
Oh yeah.
That's been good.
And my team, I don't know where they come from, but
Committed people.
all the people I've worked with are good people. When it comes to handling of money, handling of clients, handling of anything, they've been good.
Something is working then for you.
Somebody's praying for me.
Somebody's praying
my
for you.
wife is praying for me.
Yeah, and I love that. So let's look at this. So, do you jointly own QP with other people? Are there partners? Are there co-CEOs? Are there co-founders or anything? Or you and
Just me.
just you,
Just me. But
and the team.
That's what was going on. Any working member, I made the person feel like he owns the company.
That's right.
All my staff, they have the feeling of owning the company.
That's right.
Because for instance, if you bring in a client, he's yours. You need to manage him. You need to be at his beck and call, anything. And when it comes to proceeds, will be a share.
That's right.
Everybody enjoys QP. So
That's right.
in other words, they feel like it's for them.
Yes.
So they treat it as their product. They treat it as their business. But on paper, it's me.
It's just you and the team.
Sure.
So if anybody wants to know, we've talked about QP. In the beginning, you explained what QP is for. So let's get detailed into QP tracking systems. What do you guys do?
So for the tracking bit of it, as I said, we are purely into vehicle tracking.
Right.
The GPS form of it. We have so many types of tracking. We have so many products out there. But if you don't know the technical bit of it, you might purchase something different. Ours is a GPS tracking device. And we've built to the extent that our device gives live information. And we call it real-time tracking.
Right.
Most tracking devices out there gives delayed information. Some 3 minutes, some 2 minutes. So to tell you your car here is an Aspa. But in natural sense, the car has moved past Aspa.
Okay.
Because it's delayed. And on a high speed, 1 minute is a lot. So if your tracking device delays for a minute, means you are misleading people for 1 minute. Because I can drive from here to Labour Roundabout within 1 minute. I hope you understand.
Yes.
So if you tell me you are here and I get here, you're not there. So we emphasize on the real-time tracking. Then we give products such as fleet management system to companies, how to manage your fleets, how to go for repairs, how to deploy your vehicles, and your purchasing of materials and repairs and all those things. We also do fuel management system.
Okay.
Yeah, in this era, that's one of the things that is helping us latter part of last year because of the fuel pricing going high. We noticed that most drivers are actually abusing fuel usage. So we had to bring in a system that measures the fuel level of the vehicle. Right. So apart from you picking your phone to know where the vehicle is, you should know how much fuel you have in your tank.
Okay.
And it's a really good venture. This year we are launching a new product that we call Azel Weighing, the weight of the vehicle.
Okay.
So I send you to go to Takrady to pick a load and bring it to Kumasi. From Kumasi to Takrady, you should go empty. Are you picking loads? We don't mind you picking loads, but if you're picking loads, when there are maintenance, you need to chip in.
That's right.
So the system is supposed to measure the weight of the vehicle, whether you're picking loads, whether you're offloading, whatever you're doing with the vehicle. So that is a new venture.
So help transport owners.
Exactly. In fact, one of our slogan is we are here to help the transport owners and be a friend to the drivers.
Right.
We are not the enemies of the drivers. We went to a place to do installation and there was a serious demonstration from the drivers. Then we had a meeting with them. I told them that okay, fine. You call your boss, then you tell him you were at a blocker today. And somebody says, I saw you at Koforidua.
That's right.
How are you going to defend yourself?
That's right.
So we are friends. We are giving you evidence to prove to your owner that you did the right thing. Boss, I'm sick today, I'm not working. The tracker should tell him that, in fact, you didn't work. He's not coming to bill you with the daily sales. Because indeed, you didn't work. All right. Unless, of course, you have something untoward that you want to hide somewhere.
And that is not something we encourage as well.
So we are your friends.
Yeah.
When you get to Tamale and you call your boss, Mashoti Fuel, when he picks his phone, you should know, indeed, the latest is zero. He will send you money. So when you get there and you tell him, I've shot football, he has nothing to check. He will argue with you. You think you are not even being truthful. But the tracker should help you to be a friend to your boss. All right. So it's the driver's friend in the owner's evidence.
Wow, keep it tracking. So it's been amazing having you here, Boss Prince. And I think that we've learned so much. And so if you have stayed with us till the end and you are here right now, I want you to drop in the comment section what your aha moment has been. What is one thing that resonated with you? What is one thing you have picked from the session with him today that you are going to apply? How has his story inspired you and encouraged you to continue on your journey? Because if a man can start from zero and build to 500,000 clients, he can start from nothing and now be self-sufficient financially as a business, have a team of people that he's working with, then I believe that you can also do it. And it's been amazing having you here. Thank you so much. What would be your last words? What would you tell our people?
Okay, so in business, your past living counts. Your past life, your records, and how people see you. So, for instance, if somebody is going to purchase something from you and your records, oh, this guy used to be a thief, used to be those things, it really dents on an image. So, I still believe that even in our struggle moments, in our growth moments, we should live a good life. We should have a very good reputation.
Reputation should be important.
Very important, because you can't just erase certain things. If you have a very dent image, you have a very bad character, you can start business and that will come hunting you. Your personality should be on top. Go prepared. Go know what you're going to say, what you're going to sell, and most importantly, be consistent. Just be consistent. They will just push you so many times. Just stick to the same truth.
Right.
I'm sure. That is all.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing having you, Prince. And I think that we've learned so much from you today. And your last words actually is that your reputation is very important. So it is very important to mind how you are building your life, your past experiences and everything, how you relate to people and all of that. And be consistent. There's something I know. Consistency can lead you to things that you never thought or desired that you could do. Consistency can bring you to a point where something that you thought you will never be able to achieve, you'll be able to achieve because you were consistent at what you were doing. Thank you so much for staying with us till the end of this particular session. Till we come your way again with another session of the Executive Breakfast Meeting. It's been bye-bye.